Today we're announcing two further changes that will significantly unblock the system. First, we are changing our liability settings to relieve the onerous cost burden on councils and ratepayers, which lead to councils being highly risk averse and builders facing delays and cost blowouts and ratepayers paying higher rates. Secondly, we're dealing with the frustrating problem of different rules in different regions of New Zealand, which causes yet more cost and complications for Kiwi homeowners and their builders. We are determined to get the building and construction sector firing on all cylinders, and that requires bold change. I'll now hand over to Chris to run through the details of the announcement.
As the Prime Minister has rightly mentioned, New Zealand's building system is in desperate need of a productivity boost. The first significant change that we're announcing today will free ratepayers from being unfairly saddled with the full cost of defective building work. Right now, councils are understandably hesitant to sign off on consents and inspections because they can be held fully liable for every defect in a build, even when most of the fault lies elsewhere. This often happens when one of the parties responsible cannot or will not pay for repairs, for example if a business goes bust or chooses to walk away by filing for insolvency. Building owners can claim full compensation from any responsible party, and it's often councils with the deepest pocket and no option to walk away that end up paying out. This is not a small problem, and a 2018 report estimated that councils paid an extra $330 million over 10 years for defects for which they were not responsible. That's money that could have gone into local services and infrastructure. One such example occurred in 2015 when the Oaks Shore Body Corporate in Queenstown filed a $160 million claim for weather-tight defects. The developer had already gone into liquidation and wasn't sued, leaving ratepayers potentially on the hook for the entire claim. If that hadn't been settled privately, rates could have gone up by $300 per year for the next 30 years. So it's time to put the responsibility where it belongs. The government will scrap the current framework, known as joint and several liability, and replace it with proportionate liability. Under this new model, each party will only be responsible for the share of the work that they actually carried out or the decisions that they signed off. This will remove the fear that slows down the consenting process currently, reduce costs and reduce the risk to ratepayers having to underwrite someone else's mistakes.